Washington. President Donald Trump accused former Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem of misleading Congress about whether he approved a $220 million taxpayer-funded advertising campaign just hours after announcing her dismissal on Truth Social. "I never knew anything about it," Trump told Reuters in an exclusive interview on March 5th, 2026, denying he authorized the promotional campaign. The advertising series, launched in late 2025 under Noem's leadership at the Department of Homeland Security, featured high-production videos promoting border security and immigration enforcement under the administration's America First agenda. Several of the ads prominently showcased Noem in cinematic settings around the world, including throwing a coin into Rome's Trevi Fountain, piloting a boat in Manama, Bahrain, and riding horseback in front of Mount Rushmore. The campaign quickly drew criticism in Washington over its $220 million cost and heavy focus on Noem as the central figure, with critics arguing the spots resembled personal branding more than government messaging. The issue came to a head during a House Oversight Committee hearing earlier this week, where lawmakers questioned the use of public funds for the project. Representative Jamie Raskin, DMD, the committee's ranking member, pressed Noem on whether
Given the
the
immediate
campaign
action to
violated
significantly
federal
reduce illegal
restrictions on
immigration and border
government
crossings,
propaganda or
DHS
constituted
identified 4 companies. 4 of the hundreds of thousands of companies in the United States, you identified 4. One of those is this Safe America Media company. Where is Safe America Media headquartered?
I don't know.
I don't know either, Madam Secretary. We can't find it. We can't find a website. We did find an address that's registered for this company. Do you know where that address is?
Is there a problem with this contract?
I'll
Because
tell you
was
about
done
it.
According to
Madam
law.
Secretary,
It was done by
the
career
address is
officials.
registered to a political
It was
operative.
dollars that were spent
Madam Secretary, the
to
company,
inform
and then I'll
people
give you an
that the
opportunity to
laws-
respond. The company is registered to a political operative in Virginia. Do you know, just by way of example, whether this company that received $143 million in taxpayer dollars, has it ever done work for the government before?
I don't know. I can't.
The answer is it has not. And do you know why we know that? Because it was incorporated 8 days before this contract went out. You want the American people to believe that this is all above board?
Yes,
that $143 million of taxpayer money just happened to go to this one company that doesn't have a headquarters, doesn't have a website, has never done work for the federal government before, and is registered apparently or attached to a residence from a political operative. And of course, one of the subcontractors of that contract, as you know, is a political firm that's tied to you back when you were governor of South Dakota. The reason why I ask these questions is that this is taxpayer money. And I presume, I don't know this for a fact, but Senator Tillis noted yesterday the way in which your agency is blocking the Inspector General from 11 different investigations that it is trying to conduct. I don't know if this happens to be one of them. I certainly hope it is, because eventually the facts will become public in this regard.
And then most recently this week, her testimony on Capitol Hill, there were reports that her defense of her campaign, her ad campaign, $200 million in spending that prominently featured her sometimes on horseback, claiming that the president, according to these reports, had approved of that, reportedly upset him. He wasn't happy about giving the impression that he had sort of authorized that amid this broader administration effort to root out fraud. So she's being moved now into another role. The Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, a new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere that they're announcing on Saturday. The president's been, defensive of Kristi Noem for the last several weeks as she's faced questions about her ability to carry out her duties. He regularly pointed to the success closing the southern border, the fact that there have been no illegal immigrants caught and released into the interior of the U.S. for several months, the fact that
also in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly,
Did the president
worked
know
with
you were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Okay. The president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly,
Did the president
worked
know
with
you were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing, Senator, I think would be helpful to know is how effective that communications has been. That
Well, they were
overwhelmingly
effective in your name recognition. I mean, I personally just, I mean, to me, it puts the president in a terribly awkward spot. And I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. It's just hard for me to believe.
It reminded me of the quote that is often attributed to George Orwell that states, "People sleep peacefully in their beds at night only because rough men stand ready to do violence on their behalfs," which means you step up in order to protect people, and you do it in a way that other people often are never going to be required to.